Hello, everybody. Oops, I guess I'm over on the side. There we go. Keep shifting the camera slightly to the side, so it means I gotta shift to the side. I keep forgetting to do that sometimes. So, but anyway, welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the LOTRO Twitch stream here on twitch.tv/LOTRO stream. I am your host, Little Redhead, and I will be doing some spring festival today. So I thought I would go ahead and get started with this guy because this is a timed quest and it begins with a series of other quests where you got to go and drop off some flowers and pick up some chocolates, and there's a whole thing that happens with this guy. But once you have completed that initial introduction section, then every day you can come in and talk to this guy, Avery Crabapple, excuse me. And when he kind of recaps a little bit of what you've done with him, so good for us. And then he gives us an objective to collect as many flowers as we can in 1 hour. So we're gonna go ahead and take that right away. And even though we don't have the festival wrapper yet, because that lasts for an hour. So if we have the festival wrapper active when we complete that quest, then we get credit for it under the wrapper. So that's kind of handy. All right, but in the meantime, I do need to go and pick up the said wrapper that we were just talking about. So let me go and do that. So, there we go. Yeah, there's a festival pony right by the prancing pony, by the way. Oh, good. They must have fixed this or something. Every time you come in, it seemed like I was facing the other direction. I thought, well, that's really weird because normally you face this way. There, that's good. Excuse me. So we're going to go over here and talk to Sergeant Tom, and we're going to pick up a taste of spring because that is our hey, go do 10 things wrapper, and we want to get started with that. So from here, so this is kind of like my general route, as it were. I'm going to grab a cough drop. Sounds like I got a little something in my throat again. In just a moment. All right. So generally what I do to do my 10 quests. Hello, Kato has just joined the scene. Hi. Don't eat any of that. Thank you. I have a Velcro strip that goes with my lavalier, my microphone, and she just loves to chew on that Velcro strip. And I cannot imagine that that's good for her teeth. So I try to discourage her from doing that. Hi, baby. You want to come sit? She was so funny. She came over earlier, and she jumped up on the sorry, she was standing right next to me, and she was looking at jumping up on my desk. I was like, yeah, come on up here. But then I had to run off and do something real quick. But I was coming right back. And so I was like, I'll be right back. So she's sitting on my desk. And then I ran off, and she was like, well, wait. And so she ran off after me. I was like, no, stay there. I'm coming right back. But she followed me upstairs, and then I came back down. She didn't follow me back down. So it's taken her this long to remember that I was here. Or to come back, I guess. You're a silly girl. Yes, you are. Do you want to come lay down? I can stretch out my legs. Hang on a second. Here you go. Would you like your little cave? You want to come sit under my desk? On my lap? Oh, she's in a rubbing mood. She's rubbing on my keyboard. This could end up with some very interesting key commands. Oh, so far so good. No, it looks like she's going to possibly lay down on my desk. I'm not sure what she's doing. Unfortunately, you guys can't see any of this. We had a cat cam going for a little while when she was sleeping in the same place all the time, but she's kind of taken to, like, every so often changing up her ways. So we don't have a cat cam going again, but maybe I'll set one up again in the future. Just so we can get pictures of you, because you're so cute. So, all right. So back in the game, back in LOTRO, one of the things I like to do is pick up the wrapper. And then I go through and I do a series of things that I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. I'll do these things. And then once I get to 10, I generally stop. But we don't have to stop today. We can go ahead and keep going past 10 in case anybody wants to see more stuff in the festival. You are just being so silly. She's rubbing her face on everything. I wonder if cats get springtime allergies too, and if this is a way for her to deal with that. Like maybe she's rubbing her sinuses. I definitely have been rubbing my sinuses. I have some sinuses that are being not happy with me, and I'm not happy with them. There she goes. I make a little cave for her under the desk, and so I try to give her that space when she wants it. There you go. Good job. All right, so I picked up the wrapper from Sergeant Tom over here, and then we have one quest going at the moment, which is that picking as many flowers as you can in 1 hour, so that's still going over here. But while I'm here, let's go ahead and talk to Aaron Bulrush, and we'll pick up this Parched Partygoers. And then maybe we'll go collect flowers for a little bit, you know? I can, they're useful for buying some of those boxes. There's boxes that you can buy, gift wrap boxes, with the flowers, with the bundles of the flowers. So I might do that, pick some more flowers so we can buy some more boxes. Although, I should say, pick more so that I'm prepared to buy boxes. I am not at this time going to, because my inventory is getting a little bit full. Because I'm used to having so much stuff being used to decorate my houses, but it's now currently in my inventory. And I did buy a couple of extra house carryalls, but not enough to clear out my inventory when they went on sale. Unfortunately, I had already transferred a character, I think. Yeah, something. Or maybe I was ready to. No, I can't remember what the scoop was. At any rate, I didn't buy as many as I had planned on. Just didn't work out. Hi. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn that in. I went ahead and just did that. Sorry, I didn't really talk through what I did. If anything, if at any point I am doing something in the game and it is not clear what in the world is going on, please say something. I would be happy to kind of explain what is going on or what we're doing or any of that business. So I want to go out to that green area there and go pick some flowers. So I can either ride across the landscape, or I can just go back to the entrance of Breetown and then just ride out from there, which is actually just slightly faster. So I'm going to do that. Just make my life a little easier. Okay, so now we've traveled further. Oops, you can't really see it in the small map. We've traveled down to here, so we're going to pop out here. And so there's 3 different places where you can collect flowers when you pick up that quest. And they appear like this patch of flowers. And you can't do anything with it while you're mounted, but once you get there, you can just click on it and it will automatically dismount you. So in that case, I got 2 violets and a primrose. The 3 different areas where you can collect flowers, each of them has kind of like a primary flower. And then the other 2 are like secondary flowers, right? So in this area, violets are the primary flower. So every time I pick flowers here in this Bree quadrant, it's going to give me the violets. It could give me 1, it could give me 2, as it just did there. The second time we collected flowers right there, it only gave me 1. So it can vary, you know, a little bit. But like the first one that we stopped and picked up, it gave me 2 violets and a primrose. So primrose and marigold are the other 2 flowers that you collect. So that gave me 2 violets. So by running around in this Bree area, I'm going to pick primarily violets. It's going to increase, you know, my overall violet Oh, hey, a silver deposit. Can I pick silver? I can. Awesome. This Rosenbloom is still out of the old school where you had that profession and then you could only have like 3. It gave you 3 very specific talents that you can do, crafting talents. So I'm now still a cook, a tailor, and a prospector. And so I don't have the woodworking one or the ability to pick up wood with her, which I'm tempted to swap out, but I think she might be my gilded cook. I got to look into that. I don't want to switch her off to something else if I've spent a lot of time already on something. But with all those server consolidations, I now have a lot of characters together that weren't originally together. They were spread out onto different servers. So if I have somebody who's gone through a lot of work to, go through a guild or something, it's possible that, there's others who are also in that same boat on that server now. So that's kind of convenient. So what I've done before when I've gotten this patch of flowers quest is I'll do like 20 minutes in one area and then switch to the next one, do 20 minutes there, and then switch to the next one, do 20 minutes. That way I get kind of a roughly even distribution among the 3 different kinds of flowers. But sometimes I'll have this quest and I'm doing something else, like hanging out with the elves and Eredluin. And the elven one, I'll end up picking flowers over there. And so then I have an uneven distribution because I have more of those flowers. So this is what I'm kind of doing a little bit over here to kind of even it back out. Before it does point out that since the lower level tools are still vocation oriented, I haven't put much time into redoing older characters' professions. Yeah. So, well, this is one of my main characters. So she's got a fancy smancy tool. She's got a Gundabad toolkit, which basically gives her every kind, it can be used for every kind of crafting. So no matter what she's got, she's covered. But there are these other toolkits that you can make that go up through like level 75, 80 character, I think. And that can be made by a weapons, no. Who makes those? Not weaponsmith. What's the other one? Metalsmith. And they can make specific tools that have, but they're still based on the old professions. So it'll be like a tool of the, whatever it's called, and it would be a cook, tailor, prospector tool, which, is great if that's what I have. But if I switch out one of them, then I would be lost if I didn't have this universal toolkit. So it is a handy thing to have what I have. Yeah, that's one of the first things I do when I move to a new server is I buy one of those toolkits. But like I said, since so many of I've gone ahead and consolidated onto just a couple of servers now, I did go ahead and transfer all of my characters. So they've all reached their destination servers, except for 2 of them that are going to go to Orcrist, but they're not there yet. So Hermie LOTRO says, good morning. Well, good morning to you. And good morning to you, Thrutter, by the way. Sorry I didn't say anything out loud. I just said hi in the chat. It is afternoon here in lovely Netherlands. It's actually a bit gray at the moment, but we've had some really beautiful sunny days recently. So, but strangely enough, even though it's gray and cloudy-ish outside, it still was bright enough earlier that I needed my sunglasses. So that's true. It was sunny this morning. It was sunny when I was out and about this morning, but then it kind of clouded over this afternoon, not too long before the stream. That's okay though, because I don't mind having the sun not shining in my eyes. Although I do like the warmth of the sun. So it's really a conundrum for me, because I like sitting in the sun, but it makes it hard to see on my screen. So, what can I say? Modern problem. I think I will make it through this okay. Threader says, a very nice day here in New York. Awesome. I have never been to New York City, definitely not in my sentient years. We may have passed through it when I was a kid. We lived on the East Coast, various places, when I was little. And at one point we ended up in Schenectady. I was like 2 years old, so I don't really remember it. And then we ended up in Elmira, and I had my 3rd birthday there, I'm pretty sure, because I have some vague memories of Elmira. But I do not have any memories of New York City. So I don't know that I've actually ever been to New York City. It's kind of one of those that I definitely would like to go check it out sometime. Maybe go to Broadway or, I don't know. Like I've never been to a bodega. I mean, sounds kind of cool. Um, yeah. So, and I have a friend who lives in New York City, and he loves it there. So maybe someday, maybe someday. But we're in Europe now. And I am really enjoying the opportunity to visit places in this part of the world. Um, so probably putting off any trips towards that direction for now. Oh, I could take that barrel iron and spend a little time traveling around Europe, hopefully. Like another friend of mine is retiring this year, and he lives in Austria. So I'm hoping maybe some point we can like do an overnight train or something and go visit him in Austria. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I was thinking I was getting close to the edge of the region where these patches of flowers will spawn. So, oh, let's see. Simdra35 says, hello, how did you install that amazing UI? I used the JRR Skins collection. See, does it come up in this one? No? Okay, hang on. I can send you to the UI thing. Let's do that one. So over on LOTROinterface.com, and let's see, is that might be the right link. That might be a link that takes you directly to it. But yeah, it's the JRR Skins collection. And you just follow the instructions on the page on how to download it. Pretty much things you're going to find on LOTRO interface are generally going to be pretty safe. Like if it's something that's brand new, you might want to like see how other people find it. Oh, Yarrow. But in general, stuff over on LOTRO interface is going to be pretty safe, and especially stuff that people have used over and over again. And JRR Skins is one of those. Hi, Casper. Yes. Hello. Sorry, I must socialize with the cat. Hello, how are you? We have two cats. This is Casper. And Kato is the one who's sleeping on my lap now. Oh, you're not sleeping. She's on my lap, but she's not sleeping. Yeah, and then Simdra, once you get it installed, you'll come into the game and go to your options, which is Control O, or you can do it from the tick on the side and then go up and over. Anyway, so the options menu, you want to go to this fourth one down, UI settings. And then about 3/4 of the way down is this under miscellaneous. It'll say current user skin. And you'll choose the one that you want. So I have JRR Delving Hills -wide 2. That's the one I'm using. Oh, and you know what? I just remembered that. So the JRR skins file has gotten so big that it's not being hosted at LOTRO interface anymore, but there's a link there to take you to where he's at it over on I think he's got it on Ko-fi. It's still free, but you can give him a donation for all the hard work if you want to. So, but yeah, there's a lot of really fun skins, and he did some updating recently. The person who maintains it. Let me see. There's some. Oh, that's about the same. What was it I was looking at that had some cool background? It wasn't those. Let me try again. No, not that. Auction house. That one's looking really good. Look at that big old Gandalf there. Nice crisp colors. Oh, the character panel. That got updated because this didn't used to be so vivid behind. The background wasn't. But now it definitely is, and that looks really good. I really like the look of that one. It's like it's in one of the Shire post offices. It's real cute, so cute. Oh yeah, and the legendary item forge. I mean, the backgrounds. They did a lot of work on the backgrounds at some point recently, between some of the updates, between 6 months ago and now, I think, because this looks like definitely. Well, hi. more vibrant than I remember. Oh, apparently I should reforge my legendary item, huh? Didn't realize. Cool. Okay. Oops, kind of skipped over that at some point. Nice. All right. Anyway, so that's that. Yeah, enjoy. I love using the JRR Skins collection. It's so good. All right, this might be somebody who's also collecting flowers. So I think at this point, it would be worth it for us to go over to the Shire. So let's go to Hobbiton Bywater. And we'll go pick some flowers over in that area. Yeah. Casper has decided to move on to other activities. All right, so we're going to, again, pick some flowers over in this direction. And I know over in Bree, there's like a couple areas that I really enjoy collecting flowers, but I haven't quite found an equivalent like cluster over here yet. I mean, every once in a while I think I find one, but then I lose track of where it is. So, yeah, I don't have any good advice on where to look for flowers over here. Plus, you've got all these little short fences, and so it makes it a little more complicated for running around. Or just like auto, going like select, use, and ending up at the right place because you might end up with a fence between you and where you're trying to go. But yeah, I really love the skins collections. I think they're so much fun. The reason I ended up picking it up in the first place was I really wanted the, well, you're back. Hi. I really wanted a larger wardrobe. So like if I'm looking at, I don't know, something that I can wear. Let me see if I can find something in my, here we go. So like if I'm looking at this and I want to see what it looks like on my character, look how much bigger that is compared to the one in the game, which is so small. And so I wanted something where I could like get a nice, good look at my character when I'm trying to see what something's going to look like on them. So that's kind of where I went, where I started. And then I got distracted by the skins collection and, that was it. Funny thing is, I don't even think I ended up with the wardrobe that I was trying to get because I think, because I saw Druid's Fire was streaming and she has a wardrobe that she uses and I thought that was just so cool. And that's what I was actually looking for. And then I got distracted with the skins collection and it kind of, that's all they wrote. Yeah, Harmony LOTRO says bigger wardrobe is a must. Now, I mean, both ways. Bigger looking at somebody in the wardrobe preview as well as having a bigger wardrobe also. These are both critical items for some of us, right? Yeah. Oh, hey. Okay. Ooh, more flowers. So I was thinking, though, yeah, at some point we will go and do some of the instances, the festival instances, while I'm on stream today. So we'll go and do some Big Business and Red Maid. I got, I think, 2 people interested, so that would be a party of 3, but we may want a few more than that if we're going to do Red Maid. Now, we could do it like on a much lower level, and then 3 of us could probably do it by ourselves. Just the tier 1, that is. Anything higher than that, I don't think we would want to go in with less than 6 people. But yeah. So Harmy says, I'm scared for my wardrobe when Angmar closes and it has to merge with my mains on live. Yeah. I mean, technically you don't have to merge it, but why would you not? Like, of course you will. So yeah, on this server, so this is Meriadoc, and I merged my characters from Evernight and Lorelyn. And I thought I had the same things across both places. That was not entirely true, as it turns out. because my wardrobe is currently sitting at 548 out of 410 slots. So I'm over by 140 basically. So I'm gonna have to, yeah, at some point get creative and start removing some stuff out of the wardrobe, because I do want the cute stuff that's in this festival. Sorry, my back's feeling a little chilly. I keep getting warm and then cold and then warm and then cold. It's one of those things. Hi. I mean, I guess I could just put on a sweater. Yes, I could. Hi. Casper's come for the scritches. You silly boy. So yeah, so my thinking is I'll go through here because sometimes I see things on landscape that I think might be really fun to use, but then I just never get around to using it. So I think that's probably what's going to happen, is I'm just going to lose a bunch of stuff that I had accumulated from landscapes. So for example, I'll go under type and I'll go probably things like armor, and look at the different armor items that I have that maybe I don't need in there. Yeah. So like the hat of peace. Do I really need that? I mean, I've never had a character actually wear it, so I think I don't. It was just kind of funny to have it. I guess that's part of it, is like a lot of these things I have because I thought it would be funny. Now that hood is kind of cool. I might keep that for the moment and take a look for other things. Lesser steadfast helm of parrying. What does that look? Oh my word. I'm never going to wear that. If I want to look like burglary, I have lots of other things that I would wear instead. So that's what it was. So like at one point I was throwing things in there that I thought were funny or might be amusing to use sometime, that sort of thing. But you know, that time has passed. See, like if I want to wear something burglary, I've got this mask, helmet, whatever it is, covering my face. And then there's also like a ranger thing or something like that that I might, you know, wear at some point. So I've got options. So yeah, I'm gonna have to like keep working on the wardrobe and getting rid of things that that I'm never gonna wear. Right? That's just not gonna happen. Yes, Casper is the cat behind me at the moment. Yes, he is. He likes to be my little headrest. He's very cute. There, hopefully that's not too much noise. There we go. Okay, so yeah, so Hermes says, if they close Angmar, you 100% will merge it with your live, yeah. And if they leave Angmar permanent, open as a permanent, you'll just leave it there. That makes sense. What I did when they closed Anor, and I had a bunch of wardrobe stuff on there, is I went ahead and copied my wardrobe over. I copied my shared storage over to every single server I was on. So everybody got a copy of it. Let me put that out here. There we go. Yeah, so let's see. Guarendes says, live for you, Peregrine is currently 530 out of 410, and Angmar is 207 out of 410. Madness, sheer madness. All right. Oh, yeah, Hermes says, I only have 142 out of 150 slots on Angmar. Need to get more. Oh my gosh. Every time they allow more slots to be purchased for the wardrobe, I am 100% on it. Like, that is one of the first things that I go for. See, this is why I can't get rid of these things, because some of these things are funny. All right, the gleaming hat, I actually have other ones like it. So I could, let me make sure I didn't dye it. No, I can go ahead and remove that one. But, oh, we have the hood of the Great Shore and the hood of the White Mountains. Interesting. It's the same hood, just different colors. But then, like, check out this thing. That's just so funny. How do you get rid of that, right? Oh, but this one I can get rid of. I'm not wearing a helmet. Now, I mean, I have elves, and sometimes they wear helmets, but, I mean, she's not wearing it. None of my hobbits are, and I've got some other better helmets that I think I like better for my elves anyway. So, yeah, they're not likely to end up wearing any of those. Oh, but that one's worth keeping because that looks like Robin Hood. I love that one. I use actually on some of my characters. And that's a good one too, with the little eye mask. That one's hard to get rid of. Okay, but that one we can. So this is a task I have set to myself, is to work my way through and try to work out getting rid of some things. So I have room for this festival at minimum, and then do it again before the next festival, maybe. I don't know. Hey, Skagosi says, good evening, Little Red, B4, and Cats. Good evening to you. So yes, Casper is here. Casper in chat says hello, because you're adorable. Yes, you, oh my goodness, you absolutely are adorable. Yes, you are. It's so great. When we first got these two, like, oh my gosh, 3 years ago? Has it been that long? I bet it has, hasn't it? They were a little bit more skittish than they are now. But now they have definitely settled in, and he has been like almost clingy recently. Yeah, you have. Not completely, but he kind of dips his toe into the clinginess side of things, don't you? Yes, you do, because you're just a sweetie boy. He is like 6 kilos. Is that right? Yeah. He's a heavy boy. And then Kato, who's currently chilled out in her little cave under the desk. She's more like 4 kilos. So she's like half, or he's like 1.5 her size, which is really funny. So anyway, so yes, Zeddy Boy says hi. Nine Dragons says hi. So yes, Gwen says, at least the new festival stuff is in the wardrobe on Angmar, so I will eventually get them on live. That's a fair point. Yeah, that's a way I could do it. So I've been considering having characters on Treebeard just every so often. Yeah, let me keep collecting flowers while we're talking. Grabbing, because I have a whole bunch of characters on Treebeard, and my plan was over time, sorry, not over time. My plan was when Treebeard eventually closes, I was going to divide them up amongst the 12 servers. So, or sorry, 10. 5 on the US side, 5 on the EU side. And so that way I would be on every server. Because as it was, I was on, I think I was on all of the US servers, but I was only on 2 of the EU servers because I wasn't on the French or the 2 German servers. So my plan was, yeah, I'll just sprinkle my characters around, have a little bit of, you know, something everywhere. But now that we're consolidating to, you know, these 4 64-bit servers, okay, technically you can stay on all those other servers, of course. But I already know I'm not like going back to those servers to play. I've already moved all my characters off at this point. So for me, yes, consolidating to the 4 new servers. So then, since we'll be able to transfer off of Treebeard, I was like, oh, hey, why don't I gather things that I want to send to the various servers? Excuse me, that might be on Treebeard, like a, excuse me, like a housing item or, you know, anything of that sort. So what I could do is, well, no, I can't send the wardrobe from Treebeard. Here's why not. When you send the wardrobe, you have to send your shared items. And that includes all of your mithril, all of your coins, all of your tokens, everything that's shared amongst all of your characters. And over on Treebeard, I have, you know, tokens and things that I want to keep over there. So no, I can't send the shared storage. So, darn, I was going to take that idea and run with it, but that will not work for me. That's too bad. Because I was thinking, yeah, I could just transfer a character and transfer a wardrobe, because I've got room in the wardrobe on Treebeard right now. Oh, well. Oh, well. So, yeah, eventually I'll get over here. Yes, Casper the friendly cat. He is, aren't you? Yeah. Sometimes I just lean back and I pet him with my head. He doesn't usually give me that look. What is that look? Oh, my goodness. Funny guy. So, oh yeah, Simtor says, hey, I installed the UI and it looks great. Thank you so much. Thank you. How do I get the bar at that top that shows gold, etc.? That is something else. That is, thanks, Mubot. That is a plugin, and that's a plugin called Titan Bar. I do use quite a series of plugins. And again, you can go back to LOTRO interface to pick up Titan Bar. And then there's, yeah, honey, what's the thing that I like to use that I get confused with the other thing that's harder to use? He'll know what I'm talking about. There's LOTRO Compendium and LOTRO Companion. I guess LOTRO Compendium. Thank you. So LOTRO Compendium, which is the link he just posted in the, thanks honey, before that just posted in the chat there. That is like kind of like a little add-on outside the game, but it's a really super easy and fast and convenient way to grab new plugins and update the plugins you have, because it just shows up as like a little box, like a little grid, and like the first tab is like, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. LOTRO Compend, oh, I just have to type it out. Compendium, there it is. Let me just open it real quick because I can talk you through it. I wonder if I can, hang on. There we go. Okay, so this is the LOTRO Compendium. And so you've got tabs at the top would be installed plugins, which you would have 0 if you're just starting to use this. And then you can add new plugins. Configuration, I don't even know, I don't go there. But add new plugins, so you might be like, hey, I would really love to have Titan Bar, and it would show up for you because, you know, you don't have it. It doesn't show up for me because I've already installed it. And so Titan Bar down here, and oh, I have an update. It shows me that because it's bright yellow, so I can click on it, and then I can hit update, and it just automatically updated it for me. Isn't that fantastic? So that's the LOTRO plugin compendium, which I do recommend using. I find it super handy. Yeah, you might find that you like that too. Anyway, so Titan Bar, that's what I used up at the top. And it has a bunch of different options. It's like this, it's like the Swiss Army tool of things. You can have it show your wallet, information about your backpack, information about you as a player, equipment, the durability of the things that you're wearing, like are they in a bad state, are they in a good state, all of that. Your location, which I have up there, it shows me I'm in the Shire. I like that. What else have we got here? Oh, you know what? It's kind of hidden. So let me see if I can do it here. Hey, I can see it a little better. Let's see. Location, track items, renown, time. I have the time up there because I like that. Which is that time, like actual time of day in my world, in real life world. Your vault, your shared storage, day and night time, and reputation. I like day and night time because that's this one right here, and that tells me in game what is it right now, which is evening, and then in 22 minutes it'll be midnight. I like that because sometimes there's stuff in the game that you're doing that needs to be done at a certain time of day. Like at the anniversary festival, there's some fireworks to let off, but that only happens at nighttime. And so you have to wait until it's got the little crescent moon there. Or if you want to go around telling people it's going to be fireworks, you got to do that during the daytime. So that's when there's the sun, you know, so having those indicators for me there really kind of helps me with my gameplay. And then also, I enjoy spending figments of splendor on pets and housing items and mounts. And so I like to make sure I know when my figments of splendor are getting close to cap. So I've got that on my tracking. I'm tracking that. But then I also will get sometimes the other two. So the motes of enchantment and embers of enchantment. And I don't want those to reach cap either. And so I keep an eye on that. And when they get close to cap, I go and convert them to figments of splendor and I buy stuff. So I laugh because that's also stuff you can use at like end game. You can use it to buy good stuff, I guess, good weapons or armor or jewelry or something. I'm not sure exactly. And so sometimes people like who do end game style stuff, and they're like always trying to get more embers and figments and all that. They're like, no, why would you convert that to this other stuff? But honestly, for me, housing and cosmetics and that sort of thing, those are really where I enjoy the game. So for me, I don't need that other stuff probably. Probably. There is an area over here with some flowers that come in kind of groupings. I don't know if that's a grouping, but like, oh yeah, okay. So there's a patch of flowers up here, kind of, and there's usually like a wolf that walks by. So from this area, there's like a patch of flowers here. There's sometimes one or two in the trees. There's one like around that area, sometimes one in front of him. I think they kind of like the ore have like spawning areas, you know, maybe spawning zones or something like that. Because it seems like you'll get one and then like you'll get a different one, but a little bit later. So I don't know if they share spawn points or what. But yeah, so you can, there's an area here where you can get a handful of them. But unfortunately, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting really close to Mickle Delving. And so other people then will be passing through here as well, sometimes. And so that's why I don't necessarily come here, because it feels like I'm often competing with other people for the flowers. And, you know, if we're going to go around picking flowers, like, let's just have fun with it and not compete with each other. You know, let's just make it easy and fun and low stress. And yes, I know there's a tater there, but I'm actually not going to pick it up because I can't pull my stuff very easily. I have carry hauls for all the foods and things, but they're in, most of them are in my shared storage. Yay. The problem with that is that my shared storage is also overfull from all the transfer. So I can't put stuff back if I take it out. So basically all my, you know, my characters that are active, so really this lady here, you know, the inventory is just kind of slowly getting more and more full. So I'm really hoping we get some, yeah, hoping we get some housing in the not too distant future. Or I'm going to have to start, well, what I did do actually is I picked a character and I started like having them go through and are in charge of one particular category of thing, whatever it was. I can't remember. Oh, I have where the shrews, there's a, hang on. There's a quest. How the Shire Shoes Shrews is the name of it. I wasn't just being weird. So Wald Sanson here, he, so I'm supposed to go and ask 3 people around the Shire, how do they get rid of shrews? And then I report back to Aaron Lewin with this information. And so he says, hello there, shrews. Yes, we've been known to see a shrew or two. I'll tell you the secret to getting rid of them. Talk very loudly about winter being just around the corner. Shrews hibernate in winter, you see. So just talk about how cold it's getting, how it's supposed to snow tomorrow, and you'll see they'll be running for their warm, cozy burrows in no time. So it's getting awfully cold these days. I hear it's likely to snow tomorrow. Yeah, these shrews, they don't seem impacted by this. Brr, I need some mittens. He said, well, as you can see, they're very disturbed by the news of the oncoming winter. I'm sure they'll be running for the hills soon. I feel that was not effective. Anyway, yeah, once you get Titan Bar, if you decide to go with plugins, which I love using plugins. I know there's people who prefer to go with like the vanilla style, which totally fine, you know, to each their own, absolutely. I just find plugins that I use have definitely improved the quality of my, they just make it easier. It's little quality of life improvements, really. And it's made life easier for me, so I don't mind. Because basically it's taking information that's already available in the game in some way. So it's stuff that you could collect and learn. And it just repackages that and presents it to you in some other fashion. So for example, yeah, tracking my figments of splendor and all that. I could go into my wallet and I could look and I could find it, and be like, oh, okay, it's this and it's that and blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, they're down here at the bottom. Like I could come here and take a look, but it would not be, I don't know, excuse me, as useful for me as just looking up and saying, oh yeah, it's on my bar. Same thing with the money, although it's a little silly at this point because I have plenty. But I have it listing all the different money that I have in the game, and for each of my characters, I have all of my characters. Because you can have it just show you your own character, the character that you're currently on, or you could have it show you like the total of all your characters on that server, and then it kind of lists it out by character. So that's kind of, I don't know. I just find that interesting, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of funny too, though, because I just play this character through the festivals. I do a lot of social stuff with her, but there's no quests involved with that. There's nothing that I'm earning from that in game. And like I'll do, like I'm gonna do the instances probably today, stuff like that. But it's not like I'm out, like, I don't know, doing a ton of questing with her on a regular basis. Sometimes if I'm trying to work on the legendary item reward track, and and I need more help because like we're into box 17 right now, but we only have, we have almost 2 months left, so we're about a third of the way through this track's timeline. But I'm definitely not a third of the way through the track, and if I want to get to say 100, I gotta get a move on. So sometimes I'll take this character and do, oh, fine, we'll pick them up and just sell them. And do like, come in and do delvings or something, something that just gets her some legendary item experience. And then as you're doing those quests, they do reward you with some coin. Seems like everyone does, right? Let's see. Does this one say? It doesn't say if it's going to give me coin, does it? What about that one? I feel like they do, though. Oh, yeah, it's right there. It's teeny numbers. Oh, I wasn't seeing it there. Okay, that one doesn't. That one doesn't. But this one has, okay, so like 77 silver and 56 copper. Bingo Boffin, 23 silver, 45 copper. I mean, so you just, I don't know. You it seems like it slowly accumulates. So I don't feel like I need to go and earn coin for this character. Hey, Nine Dragons asks, what's the plugin that provides such a fancy interface with leaves and stuff? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. That is the JRR Skins collection. That's the one that, what did I do? That was UI, wasn't it? Hang on. Oh, there we go. Thanks. Yes, so that one. So if you go to LOTRO interface, I think that link might take you directly to JRR Skins page. If not, that's what you're looking for, is the JRR Skins collection, which I'm definitely a fan. But I did mention that recently it's, or no, maybe not recently, but the files have gotten so big that they can't host them over at like LOTRO interface anymore. So now they're hosting them over on Ko-fi. But the link is there on LOTRO interface to take you to the right place. So it is like a vetted thing. It's not some fly-by-night person. Because I always worry about that, right? Like, is this where I'm supposed to be? Hang on, is this like a scam? Is this a joke or whatever? It's like, okay, we'll check this. But no, a lot of us are using it. I have used the version off of Ko-fi. That's the version I'm using now. So it gets my thumb of approval. I believe it is safe for your computer. But yeah, so I stream here with Heart of a Hobbit on Tuesdays, and then after me, before streams, and his show is called Plugging Along, because he talks about plugins, and I'll do some plugin development during his stream. So it's a lot of I don't know, spreadsheets and various I don't know, programming things lying on the screen in front of you. Actually, hang on. Let's go ahead and get our way over to Erlewin. Yeah, I guess that's fine. No, I don't want to go there. Hang on. It's a silly place. I'm going to take other transit. And then I want to sell these things I picked up. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to talk about plugins and stuff, B4 is great for that kind of stuff. And I know he's talked about on his stream, like, you know, you definitely want to be careful about the sort of things you put on your computer, definitely. So that's one of the nice things about, like, the LOTRO community is that, you know, if people are using stuff, like, they talk. So if something was doing something bad to somebody's stuff, you can guarantee word would get around. And there is kind of like a little bit of a plugin community of people who work on them or maintain them and that sort of thing. So word would definitely get out if something were to be harmful to your computer. But yeah, it's always good to be prepared to keep an eye out for that sort of thing. Okay, so I came here because I want to go and pick some flowers here before we run out of time. I'm trying to balance it somewhat since I'm actually picking flowers today. So this is where I tend to go and pick flowers. And don't tell anybody else. Don't come here because it's my spot. But yeah, over here by the defeat circle is where I like to go. So Prophets, hey, greetings. How are you tonight? I thought I saw you sitting there in the chat earlier. All right, so I'm just grabbing a few here for a few minutes. We've got 9 minutes left on this quest, but I might not spend the whole 9 minutes on this. I might actually go up the hill and start doing some stuff up in Doolin, which is where you stomp shrews. But also, oh, you know what? We didn't actually talk to the other two. We were supposed to talk to Nibs Cotton at the cotton farm. And we were supposed to talk to the gaffer, and we didn't do either of those. But, well, at least we talked to Wald Sanson, so we got one of the three out of the way. We'll come back to those other two another day. That's fine. So far we have done one festival quest. Oh, while we were in the Shire, we could have done the horse race. Oh, well, that's okay. Oops, let me get myself over that wall. All right, let's go ahead and head up the hill. Oh, you know, I think I've already picked all of these flowers. So sometimes what I do is I pick up the quests that are in the festival grounds up here where the shrews are. And then, like, a different time, I'll go around and pick the flax and the other things that you need to do, because that takes you down from Doolin, where we're headed, down to Kellendim. So you're going, you know, back and forth. So I figure, well, I try to do one direction and then try to go back the other direction when I have a different thing to do. But I forgot I had already turned those in, and I don't have them active right now. Well, I have one of them active right now. I just have to turn it in to one of the ladies in here. So we'll just do that. And then we can do some shrew stomping. We'll do a round of that real quick. All right, so we'll turn that in. Finish now, you're welcome. And that's a daily, so I could, you know, do it more often than I am doing it, but that's okay. All right, let's grab some boots. And let's grab this other quest with the giant boots. Cool. Yeah, because I don't go back and forth between those places that often, I figure I'm not really too worried about doing those on a daily basis. All right, let's sell off some of this stuff that we don't necessarily need. Well, we do want to keep that. Probably keep that and keep that. I guess we could sell that. And that. And the berries. I don't know about that. We don't want that. We do want that. No and yes. All right, so we got rid of half the things that we picked up. My inventory cries. We'll do the virtue once we're not in an instance. This counts as an instance. And in fact, let me grab the Hobbit gift. I got a potion of rapid crafting, which is even funnier when you're VIP, and 150 virtue XP. I don't think the rapid crafting actually makes you go any faster. I think it takes you to the same speed that VIP is. And unfortunately, I think that's bound, so I can't like pass it off to anybody else. No. Oh well. No biggie. So I am doing some shrew stomping. That's right, 9 dragons. I am not the shrews. Before says giant shrew incoming. Well, yes, somewhere in the next 3 minutes. Yes, that is true. That is true. The giant shrew will appear. He is not yet through. So we are doing other things. So Dodger Artfell says those rapid crafters make you go super zoomies. Now, do you know, does it make you go super zoomies like faster? Like if you have VIP on and you use the crafting potion, does it go like super fast? Because I thought I used it one time and it did nothing. Oh, it does stack with VIP. Okay. Maybe it was a different time, a different year. By the way, Dodger Arfel, I saw some pictures that you posted out on the Discord where you were hunting for the new housing, the new elven housing. So that's pretty cool. I just looked at the pictures. I haven't gone up hunting in that direction. Oh, hey, giant shrew, giant shrew. Oh, I didn't get it. That's fine. That's okay. I'm going to do 6, 7, 8. Just need 2 more. The good news is they come out pretty regularly. So, and the also good news is once people have their 10, they tend to evacuate the field. So then you're like, oh, okay, then all these shrews are for me. All right. Let's see, we got that, hooray. So we have done 3 festival activities, plus our flowers is gonna finish up soon. So she gave us a box of goodies, so let's go ahead and grab that. 5 spring leaves, good. That's awesome. Oh, interesting, Dodger Artfell says, can't take credit, that was not me. Oh, there's an artful Dodger, ow. That's so funny. I thought it was a Dodger Artful. But, you know, it's possible that my mind went ahead and just flipped it, knowing that, you know, the source. Anyway, well, somebody with a similar name as you then posted some pictures. So there is, to catch people up, there is elf housing that's likely to be coming. They are working on it, SSG is, and there's no known date for it yet. But there are reports of people finding it or seeing it in the distance on landscape. So, yeah, and they've posted some pictures in the Discord. Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so we'll take the tweens. Might I take a moment of your time? And we'll do a run through the maze.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
So we'll do that. Yeah, it was on the Discord. I think it was in the housing channel that I saw the pictures. People were getting some screen caps. Pretty cool. All right, so this one, this quest I have picked up is to run through the maze before you run out of time. So I think we're going to be okay on this one. And those people are just running back. Yes, before it says true, the shrew shall eschew few pew pews. You pews. So, Prophets asks, how are you doing today, my friend? How is everybody doing today? I know it feels very springy in the air, I say with a stuffy nose. Very spriggy in the air and in my nose. Yeah, so there's that. How is everybody Before says it's a bit chilly out, but seems like lovely weather for a bicycle ride. Oh yeah, Before is really good at taking the bike all sorts of places. Like we have Dutch lessons that are like 2 towns over from where we are. And so we will both find our way there, but differently. So he'll bicycle the whole way there. And I will take like the bus or bus and train. And it's still like 25 minutes no matter what we do. It's about the same amount of time. So it's really funny. Hey, okay, so this one I'm doing with the in-league guy. You have to drink the keg and then you got to still continue to find your way out. Now, I tend to go this way to find my way out, but you can go around north of the keg. Well, I guess that's not north, is it? Because this is not north. This is... Anyway, you could go the other way around the keg and you come out to the same place. And then you just keep walking this direction. So... As that person just did, actually, because I saw her come from the other way. It's really funny. Oh, yeah. Before points out the 2 towns over is about 8 kilometers. So, Dodger Artfell confirmed it is Artful Dodger. I'm the evil twin, I suppose. That's funny. Well, one of you is. How do you know which one? All right, so I'm going to, I got to here, it says, you have found the maze exit, impressive. So I'm going to turn around and run back because I'm still looking for, I want to reprimand the tweens for being obnoxious in the maze. So I'm running back just on the off chance that I might see one along the way. I mean, I can't click on them from outside the maze, but I can click on them from inside the maze if I happen to find them. But so far, not yet. Yes, those tweens are amazing. All right, well, no tweens yet, but that's okay. I know where to find them. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be a little wacky here. So first we will turn in this one to this guy. It's so funny. Casper will stand up and stretch and whatnot, and I can feel the whole chair shaking a little bit when he does that. Yeah. You're a big boy. Yes, you are. Okay. Bye. Gotta go get something to eat, you know. Okay. Where are we going next? Right. We're going to do a couple of things at the same time. So I want to find the misplaced elves, and there's 6 of them, and I know the pathing that I want to take, but we're going to totally mess me up. I'm going to go ahead and take the beers quest. So we have to go find 6 dire beers within the next 10 minutes. But the thing is once you drink one of them, it's going to, shake up everything and then drop you back into the maze somewhere randomly. So, for example, I know there's an elf around here, and maybe I should go ahead and just talk to them because I know they're nearby. But I know there's also sometimes a beer over here. Yep. So funny thing is sometimes the random place it drops you is nearby where you just were, and sometimes a new beer has spawned in, and so it's just like a loop where it's like you come over, you drink the beer, and then you get sent away, and then you end up right exactly where you started, which is so wacky. But I did not. We'll go ahead and take this one though. Hey, it's a Herman. Hello. Well, I will wave and, and pass out. That's awesome. I'm like drinking. Oh, hey, here's a wandering elf.
What do you need?
All right, so this is totally going to throw me off because which elf is that? Oh, okay, I know which one that is. Well, hey, since we're right here, I know I could go for Diebear, but there's another elf right here, so we'll just go ahead and grab her while we're here. I like the little swirlies on her dress, like the little decoration. Those are really cool. I like that. Oh, and here's the tween. Oh, I just maybe missed him. Oh, I got him. Cool. I thought I didn't. Thought I missed him. All right. So let's see. Let's find. It's amazing. No, I'm looking for beers though. That's fine. I'll go ahead and take her. Let's do some actually active searching. There's sometimes one on that bench, which is nice. Nine Dragon says beers are a lot of fun in combination with tweens and chickens. Yes, because then you're basically like any ring will do. Are you a tween? Are you a chicken? Are you an elf? I'll take it. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and grab this. Oh, no, I won't. There's a wall, but I'll do this one. Excellent. That'll be 3, and we have 7 and a little bit minutes left to go before our time runs out. Oh yeah, if you try to stand as you're passing out, then you wake up standing, which makes life go a lot faster. Well, I swear there was a bee around here. Oh, it's the same one on the other side of that wall again that I didn't get the first time. Well, let's go talk to this elf. So that means I have all 3 elves on this part of the map done. Oh, they got that one. Okay, we'll find a different one. Only one person can have a beer at a time. So if somebody's already drinking it, you're coming in. If you come in second and start drinking it, then it will get to the end of your animation and be like, you know, that's not available right now or whatever. You'll get an error message. So that's why I try to, if somebody's already started it, then it's like, oh yeah, that's too late for me. Is this one by the front? Oh yeah. This is right by the front. This is where you first come in. So I was reading somebody's run through, and the way they do it is they will basically pick up this beers, and then they'll finish tweens or whatever while they're doing beers, and so they'll run out, swap the quest for the next thing. So they're constantly running in and out while finishing these quests. I was like, wow, that is a wild idea. Thank you. Actually, before I said that's a wild sentence out of context. Beers are a lot of fun in combination with tweens and chickens. Yeah. As B4 points out in the chat, for those who don't enjoy stumbling around the maze unassisted, Festival Buddy 2 plugin does have an integrated map. So let me pull up Festival Buddy 2. So that's this right here. I've gone ahead and disabled the map for me because I didn't want it to do that anymore. But auto open is an option. So I can have it though. I can just click on the button here. Let me show you this again. So I have Festival Buddy 2 and I have it clicked on spring because you can pick which festival you're in here. And you can click on which quest you're on if you want down here, if you want some help with a specific one. And then you can click on map down at the bottom and it will pull up the hedge maze map for you. Now, by default, that doesn't help. The map is set with this, yeah. The map is set, I think this is the way it is in the game, right? So we're coming from the west and yeah, we're going out on the east. And so north is up by default. But I don't like that because in my brain, I come in at the bottom. I come in down at the bottom and I go out at the top. So I want the map to be different. So I can click on the gear here and I can change it. Hang on, let me see if I can catch that tween. Good day. Thanks. Anyway, click on the gear and I get the plugin manager information. It pops up for me. And so I want to change my setting to map up direction. In this case, I want it to be east. There we go. So I start here, and then as I'm running through the map, this is the way my brain sees the map. So I know, for example, let me put on the... Oh, did I finish beers? Hang on. Because that's a timed quest. I should pay attention to that. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Oh, how funny. This is still sitting here. If I want misplaced companions, I'll probably have to pull it back up. Okay, and I have the map. Boom. the places where the elves can be found is color coded. So each one of these colors is a route that one of the elves, wanders around. Yes. So before it says one of the maps I really like does east equals up, and that's what I'm doing for this is east equals up, and that's the way I prefer it. So you've got the keg in the middle, and here's me running in and out. So for example, the race through, what's that called? The green challenge is one of them. Here's the way you go. So you come in and you go ziggity zag and you come around, and then there's the keg. And then I come back down and I go up and I go ziggity zag, and then we go up and there's the exit. So that's how my brain also sees this map. Now, when we were at the keg, I was mentioning you could go out the top. You can drink out the keg and then go out here and then just hang a U-turn to the right and do a little ziggity zag, and you're back at this part of the path. So when I think about the map, this is the orientation I think of it. So I know I come over here and there's an elf in this area. There's a beer at the end of this one. So, so I know this companions we were just doing. We found that one. We found this one, and this one. So my brain is like, yeah, all the ones over on the left side we've done. Now I need to find the ones on the right side. Ziggity zag. You're going to steal that phrase. Powers War Max. Awesome. Well, makes sense, right? You go ziggity zag. Doo doo. So that's why I prefer to have the map set the other way, because that works with the way my brain thinks of things. Now, interestingly, I'm not 100% sure where I am, but I think we're about to figure it out pretty fast. What do I still need to do? I need to find the other two wandering elves. They're on the other side of the map. So here we go. If I can find the middle, I can usually find my way around. Oh, but I'm not headed to the middle. Where are we? So let's say we're like kind of a little lost here, because we maybe are a little bit. Another cool thing about Festival Buddy with the map is I can do a LOC, right? So /LOC, there it is. It shows me a little quick image of where I am on the map. Then it disappears, but that's okay. All right, so I know I want to go this way. I can't remember if it was this particular path, but I think it is. Okay, so we have an elf here, which, okay. So I know where we are. There's an elf at the end of this, right there. Cool. There's a tween that jumps out of here. Cool. We go back this way, and we turn here, and we turn here, and that would take us out. But we have 2 more elves to find, so let's do those real quick. And I know those are on this side of, hang on, we went a little too far, but that's okay, we can make it up. All right, so we need to get to an elf over there, and we need to find there's an elf over here. So yes, before was reminding me that, yes, that map responds to using /LOC if I wanted to show that off, and I did. Might do it again in a minute, because I was thinking I might do a quest that I don't do very often, which is the signposts. So we might do that, because I don't have that one like memorized, and so a little bit of help with that would be useful. Hang on, let's see if I can find the other elf. I just had him highlighted. Hang on. Is he over here? Ah, there you are. I don't need to highlight you. Thank you. So I know, oh, it's not that map. From Festival Buddy. I can pull up the map again. So I know I'm over in this area, and if I'm not sure, I can do that /LOC again. So see, I know I'm over here in this orange zone, and I want to get myself back out. So I can just go, like, I can go back out to here and go through here, which I know, or I can go down this way and catch that way as well. So I got options. I think I will go back this way because I know this way. Except when I don't. Hang on, now I've got myself turned around for a second. Oh no, there we go. They also have some visual cues, like this thing, and then there's like one there. So they do have visual cues, lights that are lit up over these things. So if you are, if you don't necessarily have like the routing done, sometimes you can use the visual cues to figure out your way through as well. What are you doing over there? Oh my goodness. Cat's on the counter. So, yeah, so B4 points out that you can pin something like /LOC to one of your key bindings. So you could do, for example, slash shortcut space 6 space /LOC. And then your 6th shortcut space, which is here where my boots go, it is not currently empty, would do /LOC whenever I hit the number 6. So that's another shortcut you can do. You can also do that with /follow. I find that really useful. So I could do, no, honey, both of those are where the boots are. That's the shrew stomping boots, and that's the giant shrew stomping boots. I'm just not in the middle of that right now. All right, let's turn that into. I'm checking to see if it's around the hour, another 15 minutes. The chickens only get lost in the maze on the hour. So, oh yeah. Hey. Wait a second. Hello, hello. That's the funniest thing. I keep running into hobbits all the time now. After years of not really running into people very often, and now I run into them all the time, it seems like. Yes. All right, I think I will go do the dwarf signs though, so I can show you guys how that works. You need to pronounce it, to pronounce /LOC as lock for it to scan. For what to scan? The undertitling, the closed captions? No. I don't know. It's LOC. Oh, I see. These boots are made for locking. LOCing doesn't quite. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. All right. I think we're going to try and put together a group to do some red maid business. So let me start inviting people and making a fellowship. Where is, hang on, there's another person who is going to join us. Are they around? No information there. Ah, there we are. Excellent. Fellowship, invite. Okay, so we have 4 with bees. So I think we'll go ahead. Okay, so during the festival, there are some instances that you can do that are only available during that particular festival. So in this case, seasonal, under spring, we have Boss from the Vaults, which is Naruhel the Red Maid. And then we also have Spring Bee's Big Business. So we can do this as, you can do this, I should say, as a size 1, 2, 3, or 6. Now, we have 4 of us, so we have to do it as a 6. We can't do it as a 3 because we have more than 3. Now, we can, however, choose how high of a level we want to do this. So we can do it, you know, at level 150, which we are mostly, we're 3 150s and a 149, so we could do it on level. But hang on. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna. One of the things you get from running these instances is you get festivity tokens, which are a special currency that are only available at a couple of festivals. These actually, so anniversary, Farmers Fair, Spring, and Yule. So I want to just pop this down to like a really low level because I just want the tokens, and I don't have a need to go all crazy here and getting all the stuff and all that. Because one of the things you can do when you do it on a higher level is you can get, there's a deed for the instances that occur. So you can get credit for that. But you can also get, like, sometimes there's fancy things that, that drop. And so that's also a possibility. But, uh-oh. All right. So this guy has an optional quest that you can do, which is to collect flowers. That's a once a day thing. And then he also has this other daily, which is, you know, bring the bees back to me well fed. I'll give you an extra reward. So we want to pick up those quests. He also has a third quest that was already, because we're in an instance, what one person does counts for everybody. And so here, let me just make, okay. Go ahead and pick up all the quests if you haven't. Cool. Yeah, so when you're in an instance, when there's a character who's like progressing the story through the instance, if one person clicks on that, that progresses it for everybody in the instance. So he had a third quest, but somebody already clicked it as I was coming in or before I came in, doesn't matter. So again, like this, if I click on a bee and they like see if they're ready to go, and they're like, yes, we're ready to go. Notice how that continues the quest. It continues the adventure for all of us. I'm looking for some flowers. Oh, that's so weird. Why can't I click on the flowers? There they are. Okay. For a moment, I thought there was a problem. Buzz, buzz. That's right. Yeah, B4 uses a number of shortcuts. Does the shortcut thing, which is, you know, pretty handy. I don't use them quite as much, I don't think, as he does. I feel like I might have missed a flower somewhere along the way. That's okay. I've also lost track of the bees. I am just like so lost. What is going on? Apparently there's more goats around here somewhere. So basically the goats are gonna, I mean not the goats, the bees are gonna fly around in this green grassy, green treed area. And that's also what we're picking the flowers. But I've kind of lost track of where they are. There's also, yeah, B4 says maybe Festival Buddy needs a map of this instance too. Actually, you know what? That would probably be a good idea because the map does exist on the wiki, thanks to, I think, B4 and me working on that one time. Doing a bit of, all right, where are we now? Okay, put it down. Where are we now? Just continue to work on that. Yeah, that might be handy to have in here because, especially because of the LOC part. Could be very handy. Okay, so there was an encounter back in this area. Somebody already grabbed it. It was level 10, so it really wasn't that hard to do anything with, I'm sure. Hi. We have a Cateau wandering again. I don't know why you got up. You're very silly. All right, so the bees have come over here and they finished doing everything they need to do, so they're ready to keep going. So I think we are too. I think we have accomplished what we need to accomplish here. So, Buzz Buzz, would you like to come sit down? Hey, silly girl. All right, I'm looking for some flowers. There's one. And I'm looking for a cat to stop being so silly. That would be you. Is that possible? I don't think so. I don't think somebody's putting off some fireworks. The Dutch love their fireworks, let me tell you. Oh, I may be getting a little off off track here. Oh, and that's a Casper. Oh, there she goes. She's got to go keep an eye on him, you know. There's a little footstool here next to me also that I encourage the cats to hang out on. And sometimes they chase each other around by leaping off of these sorts of things. They're very silly. I appreciate that they enjoy playing together. It's pretty awesome. I'm glad that they feel that that's a thing they can do with each other. Oh, hey, right in front of me. Totally didn't even see that. Yeah, Festival Buddy having a map of this would probably be convenient. Festival Buddy 2. All right, so I have apparently 18 flowers. Coming up on 19. All right, I think I have managed to find all my flowers. Hooray. Did we get the encounter over here? There's an encounter usually like kind of over the hill. Oh yeah, there it is. There it was. Sometimes it's a rock, which cracks me up. I'm like, it's like, is that rock looking at you funny or something like that? You know, it's like, what? Then you defeat it. It's like, nope, it was just a rock. Okay. Oh yeah, Prophet says, beautiful foliage and florals. I know, right? This instance is just very, very pretty. It's just got this lovely pastoral, you know, thing going on as we go running past a fire. But yeah, it's just, it's really lovely. I noticed that with the festival instances, they often have one that's a bit more like go and, you know, fight, beat up on something, whatever. And then there's one that's a lot more like story driven. I mean, there's still stuff to do for sure. Oh my gosh, it just occurred to me that I've got the wrong bar up. Yeah, and this one's definitely more relaxed and cutesy and that kind of thing. Oh, hey, where'd you two come from? I know. Where did you come from? Hi, Casper. Whereas Cato is generally very careful about not stepping on my keyboard. He is less compunction about that. So in general, he won't step on my keyboard. But once in a while, you know, Casper says hello. Come on. This is the fun thing about doing this at like level 10 is you're just like, kapow, kapow. It really doesn't take much. They just one shot. Retired says, good afternoon. How are we today? We're good. I think Kato just knocked something down. Surprised even her. What did you do? Well, we'll find out later. All right, the bees have pollinated the lilies. Yay! And they are ready to return to Grimbjorn. All right, so let's follow that bee. And it's funny because they just make a big circle here because they're headed back over there. Oh, Retired asks a good question. What is your favorite part of the game? Festival, skirmishes, landscape stuff, main story? So for me, it's generally the festivals, the housing, the social aspects of things. Oh, just a quick note that yes, that bundle of flowers there, you'll want to make sure you click on that before anybody leaves the instance because that's where your festivity tokens come from and you don't want to miss out on getting those. So we try to get that pretty quick to make sure nobody misses out on that. Okay, there we go. All right. So that gives me some more. Yeah. And oops. Yeah. Good job, team. So once you click on Grimbjorn, then you travel and you're out of the instance. So yeah, and then like I said, the social stuff is really good. Retired said, just joined the fold, and I'm finding this game has so much to do. No lack of content. Class is very unique, very refreshing. Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. There's so much to do, and sometimes it's really funny that somebody will be like asking like an SSG person, somebody who runs who is an employee of the company, and they're like, and they don't. They're like, how do you not know? Blah blah blah, and it's like there's so much to know about this game. There's absolutely no way to know everything. There's no way one person can know everything. So that's why I really like having like the chat, because it really, it's really good for helping to fill in the gaps so that we have our knowledge base all together amongst us all. Okay, I feel like we need, hang on, let me mention something to our fellowship here. Oh, there. Do we want to find 2 more for, oops, can't type, for red maid? So we only have 4 people right now. And we could do red maid tier 1. So one of the things about the red maid is because it's the one that's a more pew pew style. There's a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. And okay, we're gonna just do the tier 1 with just the 4 of us, and do it at a lower level. Okay. So there's special, like, not benefits, like things that can drop, things that you can acquire in the instance by winning, that you can only get. Well, it's going to give you stuff of the level that you run it. So if you're level 150 character and you run it at level 50, you're going to get level 50 stuff, which is maybe not as ideal if you're looking to get some of the better stuff. And so that's one of the things that happens with these instances is sometimes there's stuff in here that you're like, well, I really want the good thing. But, that means you have to run it at high level, blah, blah, blah. And so you really want to get a full group together if you're going to do that. But it's okay. We can do this with just the 4 of us and have fun with it instead of worrying about, getting all the specific goodies. All right, here we go. All right, I think we are ready to go. Let's do it. Come on in, y'all. So as soon as we start walking in, she is now active. And she has her peoples on the sides there. There's 3 on each side. And as she loses her health, she's going to encourage them to sacrifice themselves for her. And then her health is changed. But that went really fast. We did do it at level 50 though, and we are level 150 basically, so that's kind of funny. And again, you've got your festivity tokens, which were in a chest back there, which everybody got, so we're good to go there. So I'm curious, what is everybody else's favorite part of the game? So festivals, skirmishes, landscape, main story, as Retired asked. So, all right. So, well, now we're going to get legendary item experience, and we're going to get some money out of this. So this is, again, how that money just slowly accumulates. Now, this one doesn't have a click here to exit kind of situation. So you have to click on your portrait. You right click on your portrait, and at the bottom it says leave entrance instance. So you click on that, and then you'll lean down and you'll act like you're gathering or doing something. And that is how you leave the area. Beefor's favorite part is screaming at mobs until they fall over. That's funny. All right. Yeah, that went crazy fast. So, yeah, that was good. Um, all right, I think I'm going to, oh, but I'll tell them this. But I'm going to go back into the maze unless somebody is like ready to do something else. So, now the chickens are available. Oh, chickens are available now. So I think I will, oops, push the wrong buttons. So I'm going to click on her and pick up that, which means I cannot do the signs right now because you can only have one at a time. All right. One of the hobbits is saying they have dinner coming up in 5 minutes and in 35 minutes again also. That's excellent. So the chickens enter the maze at the hour and then they leave, oops, at quarter over the hour. So you really got to get on it if you are, you know, looking for the chickens. Now F10 will find your, and that's at least my key binding, will find you the nearby NPCs, which includes the chickens. And I'm holding down shift while I'm scrolling through these things because then it goes to the next, oh, next one. So I can see, I spy on my little map, there's a chicken over here. Oh, somebody must have just got it. Oh, clever, she got it. All right, so we're gonna keep scrolling through, looking for a chicken while I'm running the maze. Finding a lot of good wandering elves. Good, good, good. Townspersons, okay, cool. Ziggity zag. No chicken so far. Got a tween. Don't need those though at the moment. There are like spawn points or spawn regions for the chickens, but honestly, then they just wander. And so if a chicken has, you know, popped up somewhere and then they're wandering, oh, dang, I went the wrong way. I always forget that that wall doesn't go through. Then they could be really far from where they started. So it's worth it to just, I don't see it to make sense to, come on, chicken. Yes, we got 2 chickens. It doesn't make sense to me to kind of like figure out where they spawn from because they're not going to still be there. Or they're going to be in the region anyway. So I just run around looking for them. Okay, that worked out well. Yes, you can also listen for chicken noises. That's true. As you're walking through the maze, they go quack, 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 quack. But I do have the sound turned down right now while we're chatting here. So, all right, done. Yay. Okay, so what I want to do is I do want to do this one because I don't do it very often. And basically, he wants us to put up silly signs in the maze. So we're going to pull up the map for Laugh at the Lost. And so you can see those the spawn points for the locations of the signs are fixed. I almost started talking in Dutch. And so those fixed spots are where you're going to find the signs. So you can follow this kind of brownish trail and get to all of them in, you know, in that route. Oh, actually, hey. Well, I'll just leave it for now. I was just thinking if anybody needed more festivity tokens, if they were like really trying to grind for those, we could do a 3-person bees. Bees, big business. We could if we wanted to. But I'm going to go through and do this. So I'm going to slide this over here so I can see the main part of my screen. And we're going to go ahead and go on in after we give this cute little hobbit a hug. All right, off to the maze. Haha, it was a drive-by hugging. Yeah, I was going to say vast. Yeah, the signs are vast. Okay, so this is the first one. And so that's this one right here. Cool. And then the second one's straight in front of you. So those two are really easy to find, right? That's fantastic. Easy peasy. But then I want to hang a right and go up here and go over this way. Nope, that's that way. Oh, it's right in front of me. Hi. Willow is very gently trying to guide me. I appreciate that. Okay, and then I'm going to go over here and go this way. And then we go zoop, to the end. Hi, chicken. And then we go, I think, over here and grab one. Yay. Cool. And then I'm going to go back the way I came and go back out and up. Aha! Here's one. And then follow that hobbit. And we'll go this way and then, oh yeah, straight ahead of me, where the elf often hangs out. See, I know the elves really well. I don't know the signs as well. Which is really funny because I basically just do this route, but not with knowledge of what I'm doing. All right, and then I come back here at that sign we already did. And it looks like we come to the end, and then we're going to hang a U-turn. Oh, right, because it's in the middle of the walkway. I always have to go around this one. All right, cool. So there were 2 signs on there. Now there's a 3rd one, which is really funny. Okay, and then where am I? So I just did that one. So now I want to go, where do I go? Hang on. Can I F10 this? No. Oh, I should be able to. There we go. Okay, it's on the other side of that wall. I can use the delete key to find things. And you can do the same thing with that, with the shift delete. It should rotate through nearby things. So that's nice. Okay, so we just did this sign right here, right? Yeah. So now, oh, okay, now we go zigzag, zigzag. Down through. Okay, cool. I can do that. And that's, doesn't tell me how many I've done. I'll bet you it does in the quest. I've got the quest covered up right now. And then there should be one more. So come down to the bottom, and then we go zig, zig, zag. Oh yeah, that one. That's by where the tween comes out and the elf is located. And that's all of them. Well, look at that. Good job, us. Thank you. That was awesome, Willow. Thank you for your help. That was super handy. I'm like, I'm not sure which way to go, but look for the purple. All right. Yay. So we'll go turn that in. Hey, B4, I am ready to hand off whenever you are ready. All right. So that takes care of, I think, everybody here. So we did the signs, that's this guy. We did the tweens. We did find the keg in the middle and run the race. We did just run the race. We did the chickens. We found the elves. And we drank our crazy beers. So we have done everything in this area. We did the flowers. So we started that quest. We've done one of the horse races. Did we do a horse race today? Ooh, I'm not sure if we did. Let's go do a horse race. All right, so now I actually can turn my quest. I've done 10 things. Yes, jail for streamer. So I'm gonna run over and turn that in before I forget, because that's always really sad when you forget to turn that in. The next day you come in and you're like, what? Oh no. Now, okay, so here's the funny thing is we have videos that Before and I put together of how to go and run through the Ale Association and the In League. These two guys basically have, let's start with the In League guy. He has a bit of brown. Well, let's start with Quite a Pickle. So Quite a Pickle, he says basically he has requests from In League members that are spread around, and it's time to celebrate. There's the In League drinks are available, but yet they can't necessarily participate because they're off somewhere doing something, right? So, for example, my good friend Wald Mugwort is famous for pickling himself and then getting himself into a pickle. I believe he whisked himself off to the Lone Lands on an ill-advised drunken misadventure. I don't think he will be brave enough to return unless you get him some thistlebelly brew in his belly. So you have to get that from the ivy bush, and then you go down to Oasthair, which is down where all those trolls are in the Lone Lands. But at the same time, over at the Ale Association, there's Quite a Tickle, which is the Hobbit Wald Mugwort went on a wild adventure in pursuit of some in-league exposure and has landed himself into a spot of trouble. He desires Thistlebelly Brew, a taste of home, in order to work up the courage to get himself out of there. Instead, we, the Ale Association, will deliver him a plain, ordinary beer. Just a beer, nothing more. And what's worse, it'll be from Thorin's Hall. It will be the dwarves that motivate him with their superior brewing skills, not little rascal hobbits. Okay, so there's 11 people scattered around that you can pick up drinks for and then deliver them to them. And you get, from the hobbits, you get increased reputation with the In League, decreased reputation with the Ale Association, legendary item experience, and a badge of taste. And the badge of taste is their currency. You can take it to the In League Inn, which is inside the Bird and Baby over in Mickle Delving, and you can turn that in for various things. On the other side, we've got the Ale Association, does the same thing, but in reverse. More reputation with the Ale Association, decreased with the In League, but you also get legendary item experience, and then you also get a badge of dishonor as opposed to the badge of taste. And then you can use that to turn in for things at their headquarters. One of the things you can get at each of their headquarters is a box of festival tokens. It's a selection box, so you can then choose, I'd like some Spring Festival leaves, I'd like some, anniversary tokens, whatever it is that makes sense to you. So Before and I put together a video actually a series of videos over how to really optimize the route on picking up and then delivering each one of these drinks. And you get it done in about 20 to 25 minutes. And then about, 6 months later, SSG added a whole bunch of travel skills in the troll shaws. And then recently they've added a whole bunch of different things in Moria, and they keep changing up the travel stuff. So now our video is a little out of date, but it's still useful. It's just funny because there's now perhaps more optimized ways of doing it. But yes, there is a video about how to do it, if you have a hunter who can just port you all over the place. Other ways you can do it without a hunter, but maybe you need a housing, you use your housing skill, or just all these various different ways you can do it. So our videos do exist, and B4 has kindly put the link in the chat for everybody. But just know that you might find that there is perhaps some more optimization to be found beyond what is in our videos if you use our videos. The bottom line is still the same, though, in that you will begin before you even start picking up any of these quests is you really want to go and pick up all the drinks that you are going to need for the in league, because you can do that ahead of time. So like he wants Thistlebelly Brew from the Ivy Bush. You can pop over to the Ivy Bush and buy a stack of that real quick. You can, pop over to Calendum and get Limiel's Vintage, get a stack of that. So we had done that previously where you just get a whole stack of all the different drinks you need for the in-league folks. Then you're ready to go. Because what you do is you pick up the Ale Association quests, and they don't let you have both at the same time. So you would pick up Quite a Tickle, and then Quite a Pickle would disappear from the in-league guy because you're not allowed to have it at the same time as Quite a Tickle. But what you do then is, and our route included, that in this Quite a Tickle, you have to get fake Thistlebelly Brew, and I think you get that. We put it in the stuff as to where you need to go to get each of these things, because it comes up in the quest. So your route basically has to include picking up the fake version and then delivering it. So you have to do it in that order. But what you do is once you get to the in-league person, you give them the fake drink that you have just picked up in the last, 5 or 10 minutes. And then they're still sitting there after they finish with that. And you can click on the in-league member who's just sitting there and say, hey, would you like your in-league drink? Would you like that quest? And they're like, hey, I love that quest. And then you're like, reach in your pocket, like, here's that brew that you're looking for. So you basically give them a brew. You pick up the quest from the Ale Association, get their brew, give it to them, pick up the next quest directly from the member, and give them that brew. So you give them 2 brews, like basically back to back. So that's the way to run that dealio. And like I said, our videos actually are sort of quite useful because it will take you through all of those places in a reasonably optimized order in order to pick up the brews that you need, the fake versions, before you turn them into the in-league member. But yeah, again, there might be a few travel locations that could be a little bit more optimized now with the new options. But so it is. I mean, progress is good, right? We like progress. It's just kind of funny that we made those videos and then like 6 months later, there were some changes. I was like, oh, darn it. We did not do this today. Well, hey, let's do a pony race. So these also count for those 10 festival quests. So if you are in a pickle or need a tickle, oh, hi, Casper. Your timing is impeccable. So now he's all right. We're doing fine. He's not walking on the keyboard, so we're good. Sometimes he is just like, your hand, my face, bring them together now. I would like your scritches now. So he will just go, he'll take his face to wherever my hand is, which is very sweet, and I appreciate that. But sometimes I'm like taking a drink and he tries to rub his face against like my hand or the, glass and shoves it into my face, which I'm like, let's not do that. He's such a goof. Yay, that went well. If anybody wants some tips on this, I could try and explain what I do. Let me run over to Mickle Delving real quick and I'll show you what I do and see if it helps. And then I think it'll be about time for B4. So, yeah, if you have any other questions, anything else you want to talk about in relation to the festival, definitely drop it into the chat here before I've finished the race, perhaps. And let's see. So you probably all know about the Discord. There is a official LOTRO Discord, but I'll go ahead and put the information, the link there in case anybody hasn't joined and would like to, or if you know somebody who hasn't joined and you want to send them the link or something. I think 17,000 people have joined the Discord. It's pretty crazy cakes. So some of the channels are a bit hopping these days. But in general, I expect it'll quiet down a bit after all the transfers and everything are done. Yeah, because some of the channels definitely are a little quieter than others. So that's good. Because, man, can't keep up with that stuff. But what I do is I basically go to the 64-bit server chat channel. There's a channel just to talk about this 64-bit stuff. And when there's news, it gets pinned to the top. So I just go there and I look at the pinned items and see what's going on. So, and what is going on right now, the latest news, in case anybody is not sure, the latest news as it was before I started streaming, was that the 464-bit servers are open. You can transfer from the 32 bits within their region to Glamdring and Peregrine, which are in the US side, and to Meriadoc, which is on the EU side. But you cannot currently transfer to Orcrist, the other EU side one. Orcrist got a little full and was having some problems with queues, I think, just to log in, and was also very active, and so it was having some, I think, some performance issues. So they're working on doing stuff with that. That's the last I heard. Transfers off of the old worlds that still exist on a server somewhere, on a piece of hardware somewhere. They're going to open up transfers from those in May, is still what was last heard. So we're not at May yet, so we don't know. Housing, they still haven't said when that's going to be open for sale, available for purchase on the 64-bit servers, but definitely hoping that it comes soon. If you do still need to transfer, transfers are basically instant now, instantaneous. Like you click transfer, like I was actually tracking it all on a spreadsheet because it was like 80 hours, 90 hours, 84 hours. So I was tracking it on a spreadsheet. So what I would do is I would, go through, do the transfer, hit go and all that. And then I would go and be like, okay, what time is it right now? Okay, I'd go put that in my spreadsheet. And then if I got an email, I could use the email information. But if I didn't get an email, I would just use the information based on I would go and log into the server around the time I thought they might be there. Or somebody might be like, hey, I saw your characters, they exist now. I saw the name in the kinship, that sort of thing, on the other server. I'm like, cool. So then I would put that information in my spreadsheet, and I could see the duration of how long it took them to fly over. So once they reopened the transfers, after they did some work, I put in, did the transfer, went to my spreadsheet, I was putting the information in, and I got the email that they were already there. So yes, it's basically instant now. So if you are looking to transfer characters and haven't done so yet, you should have no problems to do so at this time. As far as I know, because yeah, it's pretty instant from what I'm seeing now, which is pretty cool. So my hope is that everybody who's wanting to transfer is getting that done, so then we can get the housing thing sorted. I'm hoping that's what SSG is waiting for, that it'll be soon. Okay, let's do a horse race real quick. So you come over to the race master and you choose the quest. It'll say mount a racehorse, or mount a race pony. I am a character of the shorter variety. So if I try to take a horse, it will say your race is not compatible. So the horses are for the high elves, race of man, Bjornings. I think that's everybody. Did I miss anybody? And then the ponies are for hobbits, river hobbits, dwarves, and stout axe dwarves. So I will instead choose a pony. Now, as soon as you get on that pony, you have begun the race. So hit go. I have a button that says auto run, so I use that. I'm also using my mouse button to guide my direction, and then I use my left hand. All it's doing is the jump. My left hand is by the space bar. My right hand is the one doing the guiding. So this is what my right hand is doing. And I'm slowly, and so I have that just held down. I'm not even letting go. Might let go for a second there, but now I'm holding it down again. And then left hand jump, right hand is guiding, Right hand is guiding, left hand jump. And you can, I love how you can move in the, you can guide in the air. So left hand jump, right hand is guiding, right hand, and I've, like I said, I've got the rightmost button pressed down on my mouse. There we go. That is one example of how you can do a successful pony race. And then you can talk to the guy and he's like, good job, get your legendary item experience, get your spring leaves. And I think that is it. All right. So I don't know if that helps anybody, but hopefully seeing a successful run is useful. I still didn't talk to Sergeant Tom. Are you kidding me? Dude, we're going to do that now before I forget, because you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to log out when we're done. Totally forget. Come back tomorrow and be like, why can't I talk to Tom? Oh, forgot to turn it in. All right, because we just did this, didn't we? It's like deja vu. That's okay. Okay, which way are we facing when we come in? Because normally, okay, so when you use this horse, yeah, this is the normal direction. For some reason, something was going on and you would come in and be facing like that way. I was like, what happened? But I guess they fixed it, so that's good. Yay. Okay. Hey, Tom, we gotta talk to you.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, check out though this cloak that's right beside me here. That's the new festival gear. Oh, and this person, I think, yeah, this Hobbit here. Let me take the names off. This Hobbit here is also wearing the tunic version of the new gear. Isn't that so pretty? I really like the vines. All right, we talked to Tom. We're good there. We haven't picked up the new festival stuff because I don't have room in my wardrobe. So yeah, again, that's something I need to work on. So now I am going to send myself back to where I started. So let me show you what I'm doing. I actually have travel to Lalia's Market. Return to Lalia's Market. If you don't know about this travel skill, let me hook you up. Let me clue you in. This is a fantastic travel skill. You can buy it basically as soon as you can get to Lalia's Market. So if you can just find your way here, like level 5, whatever, I'm pretty sure you can buy it straight away. So when you come into Lalia's Market, there's 2 doors. There's one door over there, and that's kind of closer to like the Prancing Pony. And then there's a door down here, and this is near the Boar Fountain. So the door by the Boar Fountain is where you'll find Lalia herself. She's a mithril trader. Now, Scenario, who is one of the SSG world designers, he has said that he's reworking Lalia's Market and making it more of a friendlier space to go through. So for example, like say I came in and I wanted to run to the other end, like all of this stuff is in the middle. You have to go around it and there's like these cool kids dancing, but like you got to go around them. So it's not the friendliest place for a player to run through perhaps. Anyway, so he's redoing some stuff here. So this may not be for all time, but for now, yeah, you'll find Lalia right here. So when you interact with her, the very first thing she has is a return to Lalia's Market skill. It costs 3 mithril coins. 3. That is all. And you might be like, ugh, mithril coins, are you kidding me? But no, seriously, like you can go into the LOTRO store and so the lowest amount you can buy is 5. Okay, so let's say you want to go and buy 5 mithril coins just so you can do this Lalia's Market business. That's 50 LOTRO points. So if you did like 3, I think, Slayer deeds in the Shire, or well, anywhere, like the basic and the advanced, the basic and advanced, basic and advanced. So basic is 5 and advanced is 10. So that's 15 in total. So 30 for 3. Yeah, so yeah, you'd have 45. Okay, so you need 5 more. But basically, yeah, just run yourself through a handful of, deeds and you'll have 50 LOTRO points in short time. Then get yourself over here and get Lalia's travel skill because it follows the rest of your travel skills. So if you have, like I have bought all of the travel skill time reduction. So I have 5 minutes on all of my travel skills, whether they're return to, milestone, all of that. So my return to Lalia's Market is also 5 minutes. But yeah, it gets you here into the heart of Bree. So you're not far from the Prancing Pony. You're not far from the Boar Fountain. You're like right in the middle of everything. If you need to talk to Wenda, she's right there. Oh, the Belfalas lady's not there. The Figments of Splendor vendor is right here. So, and in this case, I want to be here because I want to be over here by this guy. Because I want to remember to click on him the very first thing when I log on. So, that's why I'm setting myself right there. All right. So that's pretty much, I think, everything I wanted to cover for today. Oh yeah, this is also a great travel skill for this location because Anniversary Festival, you've got the Chasing the Letters thing, which you pick up from the guy right over there. And then they have like the tent over there where the vendors and all sorts of stuff's going on for the Anniversary Festival. So Lalia's Market is just such a great travel skill. It's so, so, so handy. So just wanted to let you know about that. And Scenario did say that in talking about Lalia's Market, he's been talking to some players and stuff. And one of the things that came up was people were like, do not take away our travel skill. So I expect it's going to be there for a while. It's such a handy tool. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming along with me today. Next week we'll still do festival. It goes through like April 1st, I think. Somewhere in there. And today's what? I don't even know. Oh, today's the 25th. Okay, hold on then. I better go look and see when does festival end, because do we have another week together on this or not? So I just go to, I just do a search on Google or on, your favorite browser of LOTRO schedule, and at 2025 public event schedule. Okay, so Spring Festival, yeah, goes through April 2nd at 3 a.m., but that really means April 1st is your last full day, and that is next Tuesday. So we will have next Tuesday together for one last time for the festival. So there we go. Yep, Nine Dragons has it there too, April 1st. Yes, so that's kind of amusing, isn't it? All right, so we will spend April Fool's Day together doing more festival. Yeah, calendar and events doesn't work. Sorry, honey. Yes, doing festival together. So if there's anything you want to see on stream, definitely let me know. I'll see if I can get together people to do like all 3 tiers of Red Maid, or at least tier 1 and tier 2. I'll see if we can do that because there's some special mechanics in that. Basically, we saw tier 1 where the Red Maid, you had to take her down, and then she had her acolytes basically from the side that tried to sacrifice themselves for her, and if they do that, she's harder to deal with. The tier 1 adds in a dark water, tier 2 adds in a dark water that can come in, and that can hit pretty hard actually. And also it adds puddles that you can be hit with an effect, and where you're standing will drop some nasty stuff on the ground, and if you stand in it, it drains your health. It's really bad. And then tier 3, and everything's harder. And then tier 3, everything's even more harder. And you get not just the one dark water, but a second one. One's really hard, one's a little easier, but they're both really hard. So you basically end up with a wave where she's vulnerable, and then she gets to a point where her health has gone so far, so she calls out the acolytes. You take them down, but then as soon as you do that, the dark waters come in. She's vulnerable again, but those dark waters will take you out. So you have to then focus really hard on them, and then you go back to her. But in the whole time, she's attacking you. So it's a really interesting, back and forth of changing your focus and all that. And I find it I actually find it fun. But you've got to kind of really focus. And I don't know how interesting that is to watch on stream, but maybe it is. So I'll see if anybody wants to join me for that next week during the stream. And oh, I think we go to daylight savings over this weekend, don't we? Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means my stream time, if you're in the US, will continue to be the same as it ever was. But if you're in Europe, we'll be back to our normal time, which is 5:30 instead of 4:30 that we've been doing for the last couple weeks. So, all right. Coming up next is B4. He'll be talking about plugins. Festival Buddy? Titan Bar. He's going to do some Titan Bar stuff. He's been working on some Titan Bar patches, add-ins, that sort of thing, to hopefully give over to the person who manages Titan Bar. So as you know, it's one of my favorites, and I know he V4 likes it a lot too. So we're happy to see more and more people working on that and keeping it up to date. So pretty neat that way. All right. Well, thanks everybody. And I will see you then next week. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And yeah, keep on taking good care of that Hobbit side of your heart as well. All right. Bye, everybody.